Hey everybody, it's Kay Monet, and welcome to the Wanderlust podcast, your guiding light to a life filled with balance, positivity, and self-discovery. Join us on this journey as we delve into the multifaceted roles of being a mom, a loving wife, and a steadfast friend while nurturing our mental health and well-being. Explore the transformative power of meditation and the art of cultivating good energy in your life. Together, we'll embark on a voyage of self-discovery and personal growth, uncovering the secrets to living a fulfilling and harmonious life. I really hate that beat has to go off, to be honest. I really do. I know you do too. I'm talking to my studio audience. Hi, guys. So excited. So here I am, Wanderlust, me, Kay Monet. Yes, you know me from At Home Podcast. You know me as the momager for Jazz It Up podcast, well, co-momager, and also the momager of Leah Knows. Duh, that's me. I am so excited because today I get to speak on something that is near and dear to my soul. It is my present day. It is my everyday, it feels like right now. But I also feel like it is one of those things that is very, very much relatable. So let's just get right into that thing right now. So, one of the big things that I feel is a very tough topic for a lot of people to talk about is finding balance within themselves. As of today, I am still trying to figure out the best ways to move around and find balance within my life. Like, just overall, everything that I go through, everything that my husband goes through or my daughter goes through, I still have to figure out how to have balance within myself. So with that comes juggling motherhood. Juggling motherhood for me may not look the same for everybody else. So I only have one kid and she's 7 years old. When it comes to her, she's super busy now. We were busy when she was when she was younger because I started off homeschooling her, teaching her Montessori curriculum. We would go on walks, learn about nature, learn her purpose, like learn different affirmations. We did yoga together, lots of sensory activities. So motherhood for me looked a lot different from what I expected it to look like because I I had to figure out how to raise our daughter one, in this home where my husband was very much present, but also trying to make sure that we didn't want or need for absolutely anything. So he was a truck driver. And for a while, it was tough. And then it just got tougher, to be honest. But regardless, regardless of that, I had to juggle motherhood from that aspect because I was not an only child. That is so high. I'm not going to lie. It's way up there. Don't worry about me, y'all. This is me keeping it real with my baby daddy because my camera is so high up. And I'm like, I have to give them posture. Let me give them posture. Thanks, honey boo boo kitty. Just love you so much. Look at you making the world go around. You're such a lovely soul. Your hands move so fluidly. Thank you for being behind the camera. My studio audience, Mr. Ray Charles himself, with his Miami Dolphins gear on. Let's go, Dolphins. He loves me so much. Yes, he does. Anyways, so back to juggling motherhood. With her growing up, even now I am super big on her grades. School for me is it's just maybe maybe I take it overboard sometimes. Maybe I could like pull back a little. But I just feel like when you know your child's potential and what they're capable of doing 24/7 because you have done it, then those are your expectations. But it's not fair because you are no longer the one teaching that kid anymore. So therefore, she can explore and learn different things from a whole nother human being. It is very much different for a child to learn from their parent and then learn from a stranger. Because technically, although we call them their teachers, and yeah, you're familiar with this person, they are still strangers. So you don't know 100% how the child is going to learn from that particular person or that teacher. So you just have to also be very, very understanding of that. Like you got to meet your kid you have to meet your kids where they are, because they're still trying to figure things out just as much as you are. So that's that on that. And then for juggling motherhood, I also want to make sure that I am consistent with my child. It is very, very important for me to make sure that I'm consistent with her. Make sure that we have a steady flow of just love and nurturing and understanding. And then when mommy says no, it's no. When mommy says sure, it's only sure. It's not yes, it's not maybe, it's not absolutely. It's just sure. Um, I, huh? I did say maybe, didn't I? You said sure. Sure means yes. Sure means yes? Yes. But sure is sure, it's not yes. I think you're saying maybe. If I say sure, I'm saying maybe? No, if you're saying maybe, it's not something else. I don't know why you said sure. What? Stop. You never said sure. Stop. You say yes, no, or maybe. I don't ever say sure. If you're saying sure, you're saying yes. I didn't say yes if I said sure. I said sure. But if you're saying sure, that means yes. I understand what you're saying, dude. I think you just mixed up what you were saying. No. You said sure. Why are you bullying me? You're the studio audience. You're supposed to be a good support out there. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love you. He's amazing. Anyways, last but not least, with juggling motherhood, I myself, Kay Monet, am still figuring things out because my daughter's only 7 years old. I can't expect to know everything. I was just telling my husband the other day that it's crazy because we haven't seen her, like, she hasn't graduated yet. She hasn't went to prom yet. Um, she hasn't gotten her own place. She hasn't went through having a job. Like, well, she has a job, but not where she's like going to a place to work without us there. So we haven't experienced so many things. And in the next 10 years, that's going to be what, turning 13, getting interested in boys. Mm, yeah, that's going to be tough. We're just going to leave that alone. That got dark. All right. Also, with finding balance, you also have to think about it from a marriage standpoint. I am married and have been married for 8 years to my lovely husband. Oh, he's so dreamy. What a wonder he is. We've been married for 8 years and we've been together for 13 years. Wowzers. Yeah, it makes me sound like I am extremely old, but I am not. I promise. So, with this marriage comes a lot of different things, a lot of different trials and fun things. Like, just to have an everyday friend is the best. It's the best because I know that arguing and fighting and all those things are normal, and we're all afraid of dealing with those things because they hurt us. Um, I think that going through them is very important when you love the person that you're doing it with, because um, you guys learn. Oh my God. Oh, okay. You learn how to love each other differently. You learn how to be compassionate. You learn how to be fair. You can see that person's hurt when you actually are listening to them express how they're feeling. And one thing that my husband has started doing is actually expressing it. Like the other day, he looked so sad and he finally was just like spilling it all out. And then I was just mesmerized by the conversation because he was not yelling, he was upset. Like, I genuinely felt his hurt. I felt a part of him. I felt compassionate. I wanted to do any and everything that I could to help. So that is a part of like finding your balance in your relationship or in your marriage, not just the relationship. Like, I am going to say, for me, I am a girl who wants to push marriage because everybody else pushes commitment onto you in different ways, whether it's buying a car or, moving into a home or, I don't know, any kind of legal binding contract is you signing a contract, to anything. So I feel like there's nothing wrong with me saying, like, I want to be your forever person. You want to be my forever person. Okay, cool. We're going to sign up for this for life. Because if that's your intentions, then you don't ever have to worry about like leaving that alone or that messing up your credit or whatever. Like, this is strictly about love. And if you genuinely love that person, then that shouldn't really bother you to say, yeah, like, let's just have this fairy tale thing happen where we get my white dress and your black tux and we have a flower girl and all these things, because that's just what most girls grow up and want. So we shouldn't frown upon it, and we shouldn't tell people like, "Oh, don't get married because if you get married, everything's over. It's all going to turn into this and eventually it's going to look like this." And like, that's you projecting. Whatever you feel about your marriage experience is like your experience. You cannot project your negative experiences on other people. Why? Because they need to have the chance to be human and want that or not want that. But for me, I am not projecting. I am just saying, for me, I support fully marriage all day long. It's the best. It's fun. Like I said, when it's your person, you will not always know that it's your person, but at some point, you will either see a red flag or see the white one, and you surrender to love. That's what I did. Winky wink. Um, Also, you have to understand that in your marriage, you both are still working on yourself. So find the balance of understanding each other together and understanding each other apart. We are two totally different entities. So whatever he's going through may not be the same thing as me. So I can't expect him to understand the same exact things that I'm feeling just because we're sitting in the same room or we sleep in the same bed. That doesn't matter. His day is not exactly the same as mine, not even close to being the same as mine, even if we had the same job. So always keep that in mind, that you both are equally working on yourselves, and give each other grace. Grace is very important. I'm struggling with that. I did not really bad, but I think I need to give more grace, not only to my husband but also to, my kid, as far as like expectations at school and stuff like that. Like, there are moments where I can give, a little bit better grace. And if I know my husband like I say I do, there are times where I can give him a lot more grace and just be like, all right, if I was going through that, I would probably react this way, or I would also feel this way. And there are conversations that he and I have had, privately, that I feel I have given him grace. So it's nice when you finally do it and they learn to respect you. That's a message to women. Like, don't think everything you say is right, because it ain't, girl. Trust me, it's not. You're very smart. Now, we are very, very, very smart. Now, I wouldn't say they are very close to us in that smartness, but we are very smart. Oh, woo! Shake them haters off. Shake them haters off. And with that being said, take this time to go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you prefer. Make sure you do it right now because this is the time because you're going to love it. I'm telling you, it's me. K Monet. Why not watch me? It's going to be some cool stuff going on around here. Last but not least, finding balance. Finding balance also has a lot to do with self care. Self care is the big wowzer, the big kaboom, the big shebang, especially for my household. We take mental health days. My daughter takes a mental health day. If she doesn't feel like she can do something or she doesn't want to do it, and I see it just being overbearing, it's a no go for me. And I think it's very important for your family in your household or just your family in general, whomever is close to you, to know, hey, like when to tell you, hey, you need to chill, you need to relax, you need to take a breather, take the day off, lay down a little bit, sit down. Like I'm starting to be more vocal. I have an issue with like when I get overwhelmed I shut down instead of expressing like what it is that's making me overwhelmed until it's too late for me to express it. Especially in the mornings. Like I get up and I feel like everybody should be like me, and that's not fair. I get up and I'm like, all right, it's 5 or it's 5 a.m., 5:05 hits. I'm very, very robotic. 5 o'clock hits, 5 a.m. I hit that end button to my alarm. Then I wait until 5:05. Once 5:05 comes, I turn that alarm off. I open my eyes. Wait until about 5:10, 5:15 to get up. If I'm at 5:15, I'm getting straight up. I get up, I'm ready to go. I feel like if I hear my alarm and my body jumps up, everybody else should be the exact same. And it's just wear and tear on my brain cells, honestly, because I'm overwhelming myself because I see them like kind of relaxing and just kind of getting through the morning. And I'm just like, shoom, 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 shoom. Why aren't you moving as fast as me? Shoom, shoom, shoom. And it's just bad. It's really, really, really bad. Um, I am working on it. I am trying so hard. Like my husband will come in and he'll just be like, "You need me to do anything? You need any help?" And I'm just like, no, da, 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 no, da, da, da. And honestly, if I could just break down and be like, yes, can you do this? Can you do this? I need help with this. I probably would. But because I'm not built like that right now, I don't. Not saying that that is healthy. Clearly, I'm not saying that that is healthy. Hence why this is under the category of self care. I need to care a lot more about myself when it comes to opening up and saying when I am overwhelmed because I'm more than sure that my family will help me if I just open up and say that I need them because we don't have the same minds. They're not moms, they're not, wives. So they are not expected to do the same thing as me, the mom, the wife, at all. Acknowledging when you've had enough and you need to take a break. I know that other people can acknowledge those things, but it's very important for you to acknowledge those things for yourself. You have to be able to say, yeah, I'm done. Like, this is just too much. I know what's good for me. I know what's not good for me. I know that if I do this or that, it's not going to end well. You have to know what's right for you. Um, my husband reminded me of a saying that I learned in therapy: you only control you. And that is like 1000% true. I sometimes lose sight of that. But there's no better saying than you only control you to me in my world right now because I have an issue with trying to control everything and make it right. Like if it's a wrong, I have a solution. Like I have to figure it out. I don't know how to just leave things alone and just let someone else do it. I try, but I'm probably secretively over to the side trying to figure out the best way. Um, and that's not always good. Like I have to be able to trust. I want to feel relaxed. But the only person I want to feel most relaxed with is my husband, to be honest. Like that feeling of just saying, I don't have to care about this right now because he's going to care enough for the both of us, um, is just the best. Like, we drove to my grandparents. No, we drove to Whitney, to my aunt's. He drove to Whitney. And it was amazing because I didn't have to drive. I didn't have to think about how fast we were going. I didn't have to worry about handing somebody this or handing somebody that, or am I looking this way? Like, I literally just sat there and sat in the seat, and it just felt really nice. It felt free to me because I had to, I don't know, I went too far. I started thinking about him being in control was like overall, like he's in control of everything that's happening right now. Like, if God forbid we die right now from this in this truck, it's because he did it. Like, I know that's really freaky and effed up, but that's how like free I wanted to feel in my brain, and I did. So that was really nice. It was rejuvenating, and I'm ready to go to work and just keep pushing until I'm not again, and then I'm going to disappear and go to the country and then come back. Yeah, that's going to be nice. Choosing you is hard, but we must. Choosing you. Do I have an issue with choosing myself? Yeah, sometimes. Different ways though, because if it's disrupting my energy, I will dismiss it all the way through and through. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. I am not into feeling like I don't want to deal with something or someone or being angry. I am not feeling it. I don't want it. Not gonna happen. I gotta dismiss it. Not like I forget about it, but that person, if it's a person, I gotta remove myself for a while. Um, if it's a thing, I shouldn't be doing it anymore. It's just very important to think about those things. Like, we are really and truly not required to hold on to things that are not healthy or of us at all. And we do it anyways, because deep down in our little guts, we love drama. We love drama. We just have to have a little pinch of drama. If you didn't have a pinch of drama, you wouldn't have entertainment in your life, in your mind, for some. So they always keep a little bit of it around. Everybody says that they want peace and they don't want to do this and they don't want to do that. Well, get the BS out of your world. Like, let it go. Tell them bye. Sounds easy, right? Well, guess what? It's not, because I am a product of that. I do not let everybody go. Not like I should. But that's up to me. That's on me to say who should be there and who shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love people differently from others. So your letting go may not be my letting go, you know? So it's okay. Lastly, it's okay not to be okay. Self care is all about acknowledgement and understanding where and what you're going through. Once you understand where you're at in your life and in your brain, nothing else matters, because you have to sit in whatever decisions or whatever feelings you are feeling. Only you can do that. People can be there to guide you and, help your little wandering mind, but it's really up to you what route you want to take, how much you want to express, what's bothering you, what's not bothering you, but also saying it's okay not to be okay. That goes for women, that goes for men, that goes for children, especially men and children. I feel like there's this like myth in my brain that men and children are not allowed to have emotion. And what I mean by that is, like, for kids, if you tell a child to do something, they may have something to say back, like, why does that have to be me? Or if you yell at them or you scream at them or something and they're like, that really hurts my feelings, you immediately, some parents revert back to, you're being disrespectful. Why are you talking back to me? This, that, and the third. Well, here's the thing. You're expressing your emotions and your feelings to your child. So now you're going to tell them, all right, once I express it to you, you zip your lips, because that's just it. What I feel is important and what you feel about this is not right now. So hush. Now, I'm not saying in all situations because you know your child. Like, I can speak for my child personally. If I yell at my kid and she says, "Mom, are you okay?" Like, that hurt my feelings a little bit because that's how she speaks. And she has told me before. Um, I have to be like, okay, dang. Well, I was trying to say it like this, and when you did this is why I reacted, but that didn't give me a reason to do that. I apologize if I hurt your feelings. But that doesn't mean you're apologizing and saying like, I take back everything that I said. You were right, I was wrong. Like, that's the way I think a lot of parents see that, is when you apologize to your kids and you acknowledge their feelings, you're giving them the ultimate power. No, it's not about that. They're going to grow up and be young adults just like you. So whatever you instill in your kids is exactly the way that they're going to be when they get older. They are going to take on a lot of the things that you have taught them, and they're either going to resent you for it, or they're going to take it and they're going to hold on to it, and they're going to do the best in the world with it. So it's up to you, whatever you plant inside of your children, just like plants itself. Whatever seeds you put in it, if it says it's going to come out and be a marigold, then don't expect a sunflower, because that's not what's going to come from it. Sorry. So back to what I was saying. Just like with children, there's also men. Men should also be allowed to express themselves and say that they are not okay. I do not think that it is healthy for any parent or father, more like, to teach their sons that it is not okay to be emotional. Call me controversial, but I feel the way that I feel. If a man tells his son not to have emotions or feel a certain type of way or don't talk about his feelings, you are putting a nasty, 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 nasty bug in your son's ear. Don't do that. Not good. Because then when they grow up, they grow older thinking that crying is for girls and being upset is for girls and all this, and like, nah, like, just show the emotion, get it over with, say how you feel, and keep it pushing. Let your sons be whatever they want to be. And I mean, as far as like that emotional part of them, I'm not saying let them walk around here just cry about everything. That's not what I'm saying, because I know men don't do that. But realistically, if they are expressing to you some kind of deep pain or deep emotion, allow that, because that doesn't happen often. And once you push that away and close that door, they are not going to look for you to open it back. They're going to go try to find another door that's open, and that may not be the healthiest advice. But remember, you did it. Always remember that. We have to hold ourselves accountable when we're finding balance. We have to make sure that our partners, our friends, or whomever understands that you are going through something and you are trying to figure yourself out. It doesn't mean that you use that as a crutch to avoid everybody or, be mean to everybody. You find balance with healthiness and communication. That is number one. And with that being said, I am going to give you advice. Wander on and lust for travel. I think it is very important for you to be wanderlust. Everybody has a traveling mind. It's just up to you to tap into it and see what you're feeling. So, with that being said, tap into the Wanderlust podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and also subscribe on YouTube. You're going to see some video footage that you don't want to miss. So make sure you tell your friends and enjoy the next podcast. I can't wait for you to see it. It's going to be juicy. Thank you for listening to this podcast, The Wanderlust. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share it with your fellow explorers. Your support keeps us going and helps us inspire more wanderers like you. So remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exciting adventure. Until next time, keep wandering, keep exploring, and keep sharing the love. Safe travels, fellow wanderers.